Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a quick video here on tips. These are the 5 things that I wish I knew at the beginning of my makeup career. So we got a whole list of things that looking back on now, going on my 7th, almost 8th year of doing makeup, freelancing makeup artistry. And looking back, these are some things that I wished I would have figured out sooner, but through trial and error, some years in the biz, you kind of pick up things along the way that now, if I had a new aspiring makeup artist come to me and say, hey, what are some things that you recommend I focus on or get in order now at the beginning of my career? These are some things that I would suggest. So, number one is going to be, and this one is always a little bit of an iffy topic with people, and I know why, but I would highly recommend right off the bat, no matter what you're charging, take deposits. Personally, I recommend a 50% deposit. Now, here is why. I know the biggest pushback with deposits is like, oh, but you're going to scare people away because, people don't want to leave money. What if they think you're going to take your money? Okay, yes, I get that. Okay. But hear me out. Not only does taking deposits hold you accountable as a makeup artist to deliver on your service, it's also going to hold your client accountable as well. And what I mean by holding the client accountable is, oh man, there were not a lot of times, but enough times at the beginning of my makeup artist journey, that I had clients would reach out to me. There's always going to be this one story that sticks out to me the most. And I remember this person hired me for a whole group for a wedding on a Saturday. Literally, the day before, they call me and they tell me, oh, we're not going to need you after all for whatever reason. I don't know if they found someone else. I don't know what it was, but basically I had that whole day accounted for this bridal party. Didn't take a deposit on it because I wasn't taking deposits at the time. They called me the day before. We no longer need you. And I was like, okay, like what can I do? What can I do? Right? I didn't have a deposit. Couldn't even say like, well, at least I can keep the security deposit, whatever. I didn't have anything to at all make up for basically a whole day's work that I lost. Granted, yes, I was able to maybe fill in like a couple spots, but it was so last minute of a cancellation that I was just like, okay. And then, of course, you have the little ones here and there, the no call, no show, or things happen. I understand. But those few times early on that it happened where someone never showed up or someone canceled last minute, I was out of pay. So, my recommendation is to collect a deposit, because if the client already knows they have left money with you, and if they know they're not going to get that money back, which I'm going to touch on in another point later, then this is why a deposit is so good. And then back to holding you as the artist accountable. This is always a big red flag that I tell people. If you are hiring someone for makeup, hair, whatever it may be, for especially a special occasion, for a specific date and time, if they do not say they take deposits, my recommendation is run, because normally, from what I've seen throughout the years, these people, professionals that don't take deposits, are always the ones that they're going to cancel on you. And now you as a client are out of luck and you're last minute scrambling for someone. So take deposits, whether it's a flat rate deposit, whether it's a percentage of your service. I think no matter what it is in the beauty industry you're doing, I think in most service industries, a deposit should be required. Okay, moving on to the next one. Number 2 is going to be offer some sort of card payment or virtual payment right early on. Now, I know whenever you get some type of credit card processing program, whatever, yes, they're going to take a small percentage out for the processing fee. But I guarantee you it's going to be so much better and so much worth it to just pay that little percentage out of your pay to make it convenient for people to pay you, because there's been a lot of times, again, especially early on, where people were like, oh, I didn't bring cash, can I go run and get some? You always want to be a little weary of that situation for obvious reasons. Also, checks. Can I pay you in a check? I have had it before where checks do not clear. No more checks are accepted here at Cat Eye Beauty. But a card payment or Cash App, one of these virtual payments, have it set up right off the bat. So that way your clients have a way to pay you without cash. That makes it easy. And it's like, oh, you don't have your cash? No problem. Oh, you forgot your wallet? No problem. Also, a lot of the times people just have this assumption that makeup artists, hair artists, whatever it is, that we do this on the side. And for some people, maybe they do. But like for me, this is my actual full time job. This is what I report on my taxes. So a lot of people just have the assumption that it's since it's on the side, or that it may be their side job, that they want to get paid like under the table, so that we don't want to account for our cash. So they think paying in cash is like what we prefer. But again, if this is your full blown career, this is what you're reporting on your taxes, you need to also have these types of records, for your taxes. Number three, have set policies. Now, this one is going to go touch back to the first point that I mentioned. And this one's also going to be a little tricky because you're not going to really be able to fine tune this until you've maybe run into some trial and error and you find what policies that you need to implement that works best for you. I know for me, I had no policies at first because I didn't really know what kind of policies I needed. As time went on, I started to create policies such as, how much of a grace period someone has when they're running late, what happens to your deposit if you cancel within so much amount of time, or what happens if I'm unable to fulfill the appointment, what happens to your deposit. Maybe there's certain holidays that I don't work. Maybe I have set hours, maybe I have a group maximum or minimum. Things like that, you just kind of want to reflect on, think about certain things like, okay, if I were to run into this issue, what kind of policy can I put in place to protect myself or my client? And have those policies somewhere where it's very easy for your clients to find, very accessible, so that way there is no kind of feel of sneakiness happening on your end. If something were to happen, your client says, well, I didn't know about this. How was I supposed to know? Have it to where either if it's on some type of contract or on your website, on however it is that you communicate with clients, make sure that there is a way for them to see what your policies are. That way you're not stuck in some kind of rut, or you are backed into a corner and being like, hey, you know what, I did not have this policy out anywhere for anyone to know. So you can't blame the client for being able to have a little bit of pushback. But just make those policies clear. They're going to change over time. You're going to find out what works best for you, what kind of policies you need, but definitely set some type of standard at the beginning to make sure that one, your clients are going to take you seriously, and two, you have that protection. Four, this is also a little controversial, but make your pricing clear and easy to find for potential clients. Again, this goes back to why people push back on the first point. Oh, what if we scare people away? What if they see my price and they don't like it and they don't book with me? Like, I don't know if I want that out there. First off, if you have set prices for what you charge for example, makeup. If you have set prices for your makeup, what you charge for brides, what you charge for this, what you charge for that. If you have set prices and you are someone that you don't operate on a varying price scale, if you have set prices, you should have your prices out posted somewhere on a website right off the bat, maybe like a frequently asked questions section on your Instagram, something to where people can find your pricing easy. They can see it, know what you're charging. I learned this a while back. And basically, I have always had my prices out there, like right off the bat. I don't know why, it was just something I did. And then I came to learn later on through some marketing courses and, just business talk. It's good to have your pricing out in the open for people to be able to find and see right away, because one, it's going to take out that big chunk of the conversation when people are contacting you for booking. Hey, what do you charge? You're still going to get those questions, not going to lie, but it's so much easier when you can send them directly to, oh, here are my pricing, like here's my price list. It just makes it so much easier. And then two, to touch back on what if people get scared away? Okay, babe, hear me out. If someone sees your prices and they say, that is something that I do not want to pay or I cannot afford, so I'm not going to book this person, I promise you, it's it's okay to not have that person as a client, in the sense that you don't meet their budget or you don't meet what they were willing to pay, and that's okay. It's not a dig at you, it's not a dig at what you're worth or anything like that. It just means that that wasn't in their budget, and that's fine. There will be an artist for them in their budget. They will find that artist, hopefully. but you don't want to waste time on trying to get those people that are not going to end up wanting to pay what you're charging. In a way, to put it in simpler terms, it just filters out the clients that wouldn't have paid that price point right off the bat, instead of them having to come to you, take time to go back and forth messaging. Oh, are you available this day? Oh, okay. Can you do this look? Oh, okay. Can you come to my house? Oh, okay. Well, so what's the final price? And then you tell them the price and they're like, crickets, or they say no, or whatever. All that time is precious time that you could have been doing something else, or for them, maybe they're a little embarrassed that they had to take all that time asking all these questions for them to say, just never mind. So, this is why I just think it's best for both sides of the party. Okay, and last one for today is going to be have a preferred way to be contacted and make that preferred way very known and open as well. So, what I mean by that, if you're going to take bookings by people calling you, make sure that when you have your portfolio posted, your Instagram account, whatever it is that you're promoting your business on Facebook, always make sure that you're writing in somewhere, you have it very posted and obvious somewhere on your page that the best way to contact me or to book an appointment is to be to call me at this number, or it's going to be text me at this number, or it's going to be email me at this email address, or, send me a DM. Whatever it is, just make sure that you have a preferred way to be contacted. You make it known for potential clients to contact you that way, and that you stick to that way. Okay. I've had people that I've seen in the industry, it's like DM me for an appointment or DM me for questions. And then you find that when you DM this person, they either take a really, really long time to get back to you, or they don't get back to you. So then it's kind of like, well, then which was the way to contact you? So now, again, we all get bombarded with messages at some points. And yes, some people do fall through the cracks, or sometimes it does take a little long to respond to messages. That's fine. But like me personally, my preferred way is to text me at my number or to DM me on Instagram. If you message me on Facebook, if you email me, chances are I'm not going to get to those as quickly, because my priorities and what I have promoted on my page is to either DM or text me. So make it known and stick with it and follow through with it. So these were the 5 things that I wish I knew right off the bat when I started my makeup artist career. If you guys like this video, let me know. If you want more of these tips, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to abide. But other than that, hope you guys have a good one. Bye.